Welcome back, everybody, into another daily recap. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of October, and we're going to review the morning analysis and how it played out on our usual pair gold, Bitcoin, EuroDollar, and GbpJpy. We're going also to have a look at, of course, the dollar index, and you already see that the spoiler is that Bitcoin made a new all-time high, um, touching $67,000 per Bitcoin. But let's go step by step, and let's start with gold. As you can see, we were starting the morning here. We were just this is London session. We were here. We were around the 1775.5 price sensitivity area. We are still in sort of this high time frame range. More than a range, it's a consolidation period where the price is sort of indecisive. We are not trending, we're not in a real trending phase, as you can see here. If we go on the 4-hour time frame, we're not in a real clear trend phase. Looks like we are sort of emulating this with the order block being created, liquidity grab, then moving up, then here liquidity grab, then moving up. We might see this here, and we might also be that we already saw it, and we might go and revisit the previous highs before giving the full confirmation of the bearish trend in November with the tapering of the US dollar at the next FOMC. Of course, this is just my theory, just my idea looking at the chart. If we go, as I said, on the 1 hour today, our analysis was playing into the range. We were looking for buys above the 1775.5 price sensitivity area, or either a bounce on the key level back up. I was not expecting price to move to 1789, 1788 like it did today. I was just expecting that if price went up this level, we could have some nice scalps, but as you will see, price was very aggressively pushing up till 1789 during New York session and immediately corrected, giving you also possibility of sells below 1781. But we will see on the hourly time frame, on the 1 minute time frame, as you can see here. So what was happening was after a small, slow London session, with price just ranging in this order block around this PSA 1775.5, what we saw was that after this liquidity grab, price went very slowly but started to retest the order block, retest those previous highs, as you can see. And just never breaking below, going to 1781, and then New York Open still failing to break, goes very aggressively till 1789, more or less, after another retest of the previous order block highs, after doing New York never breaking below the previous PSA, and giving you the full range of more than 100 pips. As a scalper, as an intraday trader, because if you enter here, it was an intraday because it played out in 4 or 5 hours. If you enter anytime over here or right before New York Open, it was sort of scalp, and as well, if you add an entry here, it was definitely. After that, you see a double top being created, the PSA at the key level, sorry, and you see a strong, very strong correction breaking below. Again, at 1784 was the PSA, which was already chopped up due to the previous high time frame order block lows. I will show you later in a second. And as you can see, break and retest, not a single retest of 1781. That's why sort of the cells were invalid of the analysis, unless you took them here for like 40 pips. As you can see, almost full correction. And after that, we saw another bounce up to close with the London close and the volume sort of dying up. Sort of going to revisit those previous highs, but not strong move, not strong action. Still nice bullish trend, but not anything called ahead of time by myself. 1785, I think I already showed you what it is exactly here. The bottom of the order block on the left hand side, it's 1785-ish, as you can see, and this price where it was reacting. Look at this, it's a huge price sensitivity area. Then we go on EuroDollar. Let's see. Today the analysis on EuroDollar was completely off. Okay, completely off. I was expecting price to make possible double top here, and then with dollar strength continue bearish after ending the pullback. What happened was that immediately the rejection was much early. Dollar gained strength immediately during London session and the open of London session as well, and we went to revisit those previous lows, and we bounced. So the analysis was exactly the opposite. Yes, the cells below 1646, but I was sort of expecting these cells to play out after a deeper pullback and then continuation down. And if we go on the 1 minute, as you can see, this was even pre-London already. The price was very strongly bearish, bullish for the dollar. London open giving a nice squeeze. After that, just a correction, some bounce, some order block being created here and below the key level, and then doing New York, dollar weakness and euro strength, both price back up. Where we started essentially. Nothing special, nothing really concerning. So we just had closed almost where we started the day. GbpJpy. Nope. Okay. Pound yen. We were very bullish, as you can see from the chart, it's very bullish. We were expecting a pullback. This was sort of better, the analysis, because as you can see, I was expecting a pullback if we got rejections at these previous highs as at 158.200, and what we saw was exactly this one, with the CPI being higher than expected, but higher than prior, and the yen being strong, gaining strength, as I saw also on EuroJpy and USD/JPY. Of course, the yen was not open, so we could not yet see the yen index, but as you can see, looking from all the other pairs, it was really clear that it was not something about the pound, it was about the yen trend. And as you can see, the sells either from the high risk reward sells or the medium risk sells area PSA at 57.89. Even here below the previous lows at around the 57.68, or even below the previous lows at around the 57.33. All gave nice scalps. All were called ahead of time. High risk reward, medium risk, and safer. High risk reward, medium risk, and safer. All gave a nice opportunity for scalping. And what I was expecting that since the bias is bullish, we add some sort of bounce of to go bullish again. As you can see, I was expecting it from this level, which is 157.32, 33, 34 at the demand zone. But what actually happened was the price digged a little bit below, grabbed liquidity, especially at around the 57 ppl, and then from there bounce back up 100 pips. Let's go into the 1 minute chart and let's see it more clearly. As you can see here, the price very nicely follow the hours. There we go. There you go. Okay. So what you can see here was that we had, here is where I made the analysis. This is where the CPI data came out and was sort of, in my opinion, bad for the UK pound. And as you can see, we never broke above 158 to 200 again. And then exactly where the high risk high reward cell set up here. Then we had a perfect break and retest of the PSA 157.89. Again for quick scalps. Still another opportunity with price failing to break above this PSA or other cells, or even after the multiple attempts to break above 157.67. As you can see, we reacted at this PSA, we never broke above, and again we continue bearish with pound weakness and yen strength. Also, as you can see, below this level gave some nice opportunities, or below each ppl. After that, we had the bounce. I was expecting a liquidity grab to this level, but we had the liquidity grab going below to 57 flat, and then after that, just break and retest again, the opposite happening. Break and retest of the PSA, and then founding some resistance, but as you can see, price never breaking below the PPL and moving to 58 something, which was like 100 pips on upside after more than 100 pips on the downside. As you can see here on the chart, that's why you always want to zoom out. That's why I am doing this analysis. You had a break and retest here of the same price sensitivity area as before. You create a flat candle body support. You have this pre-charted PSA respected and can give you some opportunity for bounces. And again, as you can see, these PSA were the ones that during the morning gave some reactions, And that's it for GJ. Let's just jump into the dollar index. As you can see, this was the London Open on dollar index. Very, very, very bullish. Was here. But after that, just melting down, giving the euro bullish run, and of course the also gold bullish run in 1789, doing exactly New York, as you can see, the big bearish candle of dollar. Let's jump into the main event of today, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin very nicely broke above the previous all-time high, which was 64,899, and as you can see, following exactly the price arrows that I put and the analysis, I was expecting a bounce of 6750, which is a PPL, but also which is a PSA on the high time frame. Here, as you can see, 6750 is where those candles were reacting, and today we saw that price was bouncing out of it during Asian session, and I took it as a support for the new day. And as you can see, price did exactly this movement. As you can see, during London session, we had nothing. We had the bounce of, we had a sort of wedge created against this PPL. Okay, let me just do one thing here, here, here. There you go. So I can do this. Okay. We had a wedge being created against the PPL, and then the squeeze during New York with multiple breaks and retests of the PPLs, of the previous highs, and then the huge squeeze up to make new all-time highs. It's a very huge spread, break and retest of the PPL, reaction of the PPLs, and then make a new all-time high at 67K. And after that, 25 pip correction and another attempt to break into new highs. Again, a deeper correction, failing to break the previous highs, and then just ranging from there exactly till now. And this was from the high risk, high reward entry. It was 300 pips. If you enter anywhere here, slightly less risky. 270 pips from the all-time high was 200 pips. So very, very huge move. And I want to show you this one thing. Okay. Here, okay. Here on the 1 minute, if you follow me, you know what is the setup that I use. And as you can see, if I was backtesting Bitcoin, we had a ranging price here, another block being created, a break and retest, a break and retest of the other block, break and retest of the PPL, and then very bullish action. As you can see, what I will see is that yes, we are never breaking below those previous lows. Yes, we are in a ranging, but we are in a very bullish run. And we are bullish higher time frame as well. So when we saw this one, price, this candle gives you the signal Price is making continuous new higher lows against this PPL. This is exactly the candle that I would have entered and the candle closed. Now, doesn't matter that now from there spiked hundreds of pips, but this is the candle that I show you every time, every single day in my backtesting sessions. Price makes a lower wick and then keeps bullish and close with a nice body above the PPL, confirmation of the bias we were in all along, and then price just spikes up. You give like 15 pips spread, 15 pips stop loss, you don't care, and you have huge profit. This is very important for me because it's what I backtest every single day. As you can see, I was already charting up, and it's good to see it working out every day. So this is it for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed, see you guys tomorrow.